Hello and welcome to Noise Kitchen Studios, a new YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. My name is Jason Eckerd, and the point of all of this, I think, is to make a channel about music production, songwriting, making music with your computer that I wish somebody would have made when I started out doing this a long time ago. And I think that's where we're going to start at. I think with this YouTube channel, what I'm trying to do different from what you might find on a lot of other mixing audio resources or just song creation resources in general is the thought processes behind the decisions you make with making music. There's a lot of videos telling you how to mix a kick drum like this, mix a kick drum like that, mix a guitar like this, mix a guitar like that. But the truth is that with a lot of that, it's just decisions made in the moment, and sometimes things learned here don't apply to other places. And I think what I wish somebody would have showed me back in the day is just what they were thinking when they decided to do what they're doing. And I think that is what I'm going to try to bring to the table. See how it goes. Something else about making music is I don't think you should trust anyone that ever says they haven't ever struggled with mixing. Brother, let me tell you something. I've nearly driven myself crazy at points in life trying to make a song sound good. And I've definitely been through the fire. And I'll be the first person to say it's a new thing every day trying to work on a song, be it production or mixing wise. Like, I may have learned many things and I continue to learn many things, but I tell you, every song is going to give you a new challenge. It's going to give you something new that doesn't click, that you're just like, why does this work? I use the same tricks I used last time on the bass guitar and they're not working this time. And I think that's why the thought process component might be something that's very useful to people. And that's where I'm going with this. And I feel like that's a decent enough introduction. Let's get to work. So the file I see before me and what you see as well is actually what brought about the idea of doing this. So a band that I'm in with my friend Zach, Morrowville, we've had this band for over 10 years now, maybe 15, Jesus Christ. Zach was looking through a hard drive a while back and he found the files of a bunch of songs from our second album called the Derelict. All the files, all this information was from an album that already came out. I think this album came out in 2010. I'll put a link to the original mix that Zach produced himself on Bandcamp. I'll put that in the description for this video. But he found the GarageBand files with all the information. And I was like, sweet, man. Like, let me get a hold of that. I got nothing really going on. And, just not to discredit the original mix and the work put into it, but it was done in GarageBand, which there's nothing wrong with GarageBand. It's where I first learned how to do any of this, but there are certain limitations that GarageBand has that most other DAWs don't. And also, it's been like 10 plus years. Plugin technology is at a point where it's modeling analog stuff good enough. It's astounding at what it can do and accomplish. And I kind of miss just mixing in general. I've been working a lot of music of my own, and that's its own separate thing, mixing things that you've already worked on. But it's definitely a more fun experience to just drop into something that you didn't necessarily produce. I played bass on these songs. I'm a bass player by trade, but I was like, this could be fun. Just going back and just starting from the beginning and see if I can't just work it into something a little more modern with the technology that I have. So yeah. So I took the audio files out of GarageBand, had to do some work with it to get it into Logic. But to Apple's credit, I was able to take audio out of a GarageBand file that's over a decade old and work it back into what you see before you, which is Logic Pro 10, the newest version of Logic, which is a very good version of Logic. I've used a lot of different DAWs over the years. I've used Logic predominantly. Used Ableton for a bit, but I realized I wasn't smart enough to use Ableton. Ableton's pretty crazy, pretty cool stuff. I haven't given up on Ableton. One day, I will learn to use that DAW, but today is not that day. I continue to use Logic because it's a phenomenal DAW. It's one low price, $200, and you're good to go for life. I used PreSonus Studio One for a while, also very good DAW. It's a subscription-based DAW though, mostly, so I just didn't feel like paying the price on it anymore, so I went back to home base, which Logic Pro is where I learned to do what I do. And it is a phenomenal DAW. And if you've never used any sort of DAW beyond GarageBand and something like that, and you have an Apple-based computer, you really should invest like the $200 into it, or maybe get a cracked copy if those still exist, because it's a great place to start. Pro Tools, I'm sure, is still the industry standard, but that's a subscription as well. And honestly, like if you're just starting out and you have an Apple-based computer, Logic's the way to go. It still has, in my opinion, the best stock plugins. You could not download any plugins and make a pretty decent sounding song just using what exists within the basic structure. So yeah. So I started working on these songs before I got the idea for this channel, and there's 10 songs total on this album, and I'm currently on song number 3. I pretty much wrapped it up. So for the first 3 songs, as we're going through them, they're not going to be mixing from the get-go and on. They're going to be kind of me going back and reviewing what I've done so far and be like, is this really what I think this should sound like or not? When we get to song 4, we'll be able to start doing this from the ground up. And that'll be a different kind of education lesson, seeing the actual thought processes of starting with just like basic raw audio and cooking it up to a point where it sounds good. But we'll get there. And there's something wrong with going with this route too, because I'm basically critiquing my own mix, which that'd be kind of fun. Another thing that really influenced the start of this channel is that, you know, when you think about how you go about mixing, there's 2 ways to think about it, for me at least. You're either starting at the top or the bottom. And you've probably heard the term top-down mixing. That's something different from this. Top or bottom basically means, like, am I going to focus on the vocals, the guitars, and the synths first and making those have room? Or am I going to start from the bottom, bass, kick, 808s, sub stuff in general, working those up and then finding a way for the other audio elements to work their way in? I'll admit, being a bass player, I tend to work towards the bottom up. I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it in hindsight. I think that has more to do with the genre of music, though. I think if it's like rap and hip hop, or like, yeah, like it's really got to be blowing out the speakers. And so you should probably start there. But, you know, I am, despite all the crazy kind of music I make and listen to, I'm a pop guy at heart. I really am. And pop music is definitely vocals first, guitars first, synths first, and then finding a way to make the other things work their way back in. And thinking back about how I worked on these first 2 songs, I definitely was working like bass first and then getting the vocals in. And the 3rd song, I didn't do that. I did the inverse, and there's some reasons why I did it that way. But after getting to that point, I was like, I should probably go back and start over from, not the beginning. Like, we're not wiping this mix or anything, but it's going back and just like trying to see if I can't use that top down, vocals down kind of, or vocals in going down kind of mentality, just to eke out more of emotion from this song. And that is enough chit chat. Let me play you the song and we'll go from there.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is
So this song's a vibe, that's for sure. And I haven't really mentioned anything about this album being a vibe, but it is a vibe. And what I mean is, it is a uniquely atmospheric album, unlike anything I've ever been a part of, or I've ever heard, or I've ever made, or really anything Morrowville's ever done after that. I don't know what was in the water going on back in these days, but man, I tell you. And as we get further into this album, you'll sort of see what I'm talking about. But I was really excited to get these files because I've always in the back of my head, I was like, I like to take a shot at this album because there's something about it. There's some sort of just like ethereal thing that I was just like, yeah, man, it's really cool. And so this first song on this album isn't really even a song, it's a chant. It's just a single line going over and over and over, and it's building and it's building, and then other vocals are coming in. A lot of people that we knew at the time did backing vocals on this album. Backing vocals are a big part of Morrowville, actually, but in this album specifically, it's just like it just becomes a thing. These backing vocals, these just like these elements just coming back into it, and it's building it up, and it keeps on going, and it's really cool. And so you have to chant, and it was kind of a pain in the ass to mix in that way because I didn't really have a verse, chorus, verse, bridge, yada yada, to know how should the dynamics be playing out. What part should be louder than the next, louder than the next. So in this case, the whole thing's basically scaling up. The idea is like it's starting with like the quietest part, and by the end of it, it's the loudest it could possibly be. Everything going on is what could be going on. And out the gate, there's something I didn't do here that I probably should have done, which is for some reason I didn't center the main vocal. Not sure why I did that. I think it may have been, I was thinking along the lines of like where there's a bunch of Zachs and there's a bunch of other people, so maybe I should just like have the main vocal being off to the side. The main vocal being this one right here. You'll hear it on your right. Right there.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
This ain't 1960s. This ain't the Beatles. Generally speaking, main vocal down the center on most music. You can get cute with it from time to time, but on the first song on this album, just you got to get the listener locked in where they need to be, and that is like dead center. So now we moved it. Now let's try it.
Lazarus is gone.
Dead center.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
And now when the other elements come in, they kind of build around it naturally. It's a little weird off to the corner. It happens. What can I say?
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
There it is.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Okay, you get the point. So one thing I didn't really pay attention to last time is how much the bass and the kick ain't lining up. And that's not good. We need to have these hits to bop right in the one.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
They're kind of there mostly, but there's times where they are not. And Logic has a amazing tool for exactly that. It's called Flex Time. And I'll be honest with you, I have never used it until like 2 days ago. Morrowville's been working on some new music, and Gavin's mixing and recording this one. He's a big proponent of Flex Time, and I'm going to show you why it's so useful in a minute. Let's see, let's turn it on. Yeah, so it's really simple in context. All it is it lets you move audio files based on the transient to match something else. So in this case, the bass guitar is going to match the kick drum because they're supposed to be locked in, right? So we're just going to go through here and move them. It's so simple. I can't believe it took me this long to figure this one out. So it's kind of off. Let's move it. Check it out. Dead on. Check it. Boom. Number 2.
Lazarus is gone.
It's that simple. I think there's a way that you can automate, like have it automatically detect where the note should go. But I mean, I'm still kind of old school, man. Let's do it by hand. Check this out.
Gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
That one's off as hell. Come on, Jason. What are you doing, man?
Gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
That was close.
is gone.
Let's see.
Gone. Lazarus is gone.
Yeah, I mean, you just eyeball it, right? Just kind of line up the transient, call it a day. This one's super off. So that is kind of that. I'm going to align all these and I'll come back in a bit. But yeah, that's about it. So I didn't want to bore you with going through and doing a bunch of transient movements, but that's basically what I did in the meantime. As for all these little markers are right here, basically I've just taken bass notes and move them around. I forgot to mention, to activate this in Logic, you basically just first engage it up top right here, this little infinity symbol. It pops up a symbol along each track in Logic. You click it to engage it, and then you just move stuff around. I don't have a before and after, but you can just kind of make it out. It's going to be much more punchy now. So let's drop it in towards the end, because there's some real heinous misses back here. Here's the back end of the song.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Yeah, it didn't sound like that originally. Your boy was off something fierce. And, you know, there's always an argument about how much should things be aligned in music. Some of it is based off of the people playing are good enough to play in time. That's not always the case. The other issue, though, is that when things are too in time with each other, drums especially, the human ear is just like the uncanny valley is crossed and things feel weird. I don't think this is that case though. 2010s era Jason was just fumbling the bag in terms of playing on time. I'm not sure if this song was done with a metronome or if any of these songs were done with a metronome. I can't recall. I'm gonna go with no. But with modern technology, we can futz around with it until it sounds good. So keeping in mind with what I was saying earlier, let's think about this song from the top down. I'm just going to go through, start playing it, go into a monastic huddle where I internalize the sound and just try to figure out if it sounds like it could do something more than it currently is. Let's try it again.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus.
That kick's fucking fire though, right? I love that kick. Boom.
Lazarus is gone.
Boom.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Love that vocal inside.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is.
All right, so I want some more. To clarify, let me go through my track listing. This is main vocals. I'm very autistic about color coordination. So all vocals that are Zach, for the most part, are like this kind of teal colored. And then these are all gang or group vocals. I might have that backwards though. I do the best I can. But there's a vocal from our dear friend Austin here. Will be on the left-hand side. You'll hear it here.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
I want some more of that. Let me butt that up. Sound 2 dB. Make it 1 dB. Something I will try to teach more than anything else when it comes to making music is sometimes the answer is 1 dB. It's not 15 compressors. It's not 15 EQs. It's turning a track up 1 decibel. It's much easier. So I'll do it real time though. So this one's at like -2 or something. Let's see if 1 dB cuts it up. I just want a little more. I just want a little more of Austin's beautiful, seductive voice in my left ear. Let's pop it off.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Just a bit.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is.
Let's pan it out a little more. Get a little more its own space. Place is turning like Bob Ross audio. I'm cool with that. If these videos help you go to sleep, I'm doing my job.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is
Yeah, you
gone.
feel it?
Lazarus.
Try to do it in context. So it was originally at like -20 pan. I'll try to move real time, see if you can tell the difference. You definitely hear it if you're on headphones, but I mean, I've watched more than a few audio tutorials on my TV in my bed. So if you're not sitting here wearing like fucking what's those like really expensive headphones? Oh, what are the ones called? The Manny Mariquins. If you're not sitting here watching these videos on $10,000 headphones, I don't hold you against it. But you still might pay attention, might hear it. Check it out.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Just a bit.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Yeah.
Lazarus.
It just takes that little bit of extra room to give it some more space. I think out the gate, if you don't know nothing about nothing when it comes to making music or mixing audio, if you can just kind of give stuff its own designated space instead of everything's like walking on top of each other, your job's so much easier. Now, I know that's not always doable. Like there's only so much room in audio. There's only so much real estate in audio, but you know, oh, excuse me. If you're able to just like partition things out better, I mean, it's stereo for a reason. We ain't mixing mono anymore. It just makes everything so much more smooth for you. And that's been a big challenge with there being so many ding dang vocals in these songs. So, but
Is gone. Lazarus 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 is
check.
gone.
Check. Leave it up.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Sorry, I muted my mic by accident. I was just wanting to point out these gang vocals here that I got. These are beautiful. I don't even remember playing around with these. Right here. Oh, come on.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is
Yeah.
gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
I feel like those could be a little more Temptations-y. I don't know if I...
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Let's go back and play around with just seeing what the stereo field's doing with all these gang vocals, which are all right here. These were originally like 10,000 individual tracks that I mixed all down. I'll get into at a later date when you should and when you shouldn't mix down a bunch of tracks. There's certain times you maybe shouldn't do that, especially if someone's paying you to mix a song. No one's paying me to do this shit. So I just tend to treat things like tape. So instead of having to deal with like 15 tracks, and I'm pretty sure this gang vocal here was made up of, treat it like tape, baby. Just mix it down to one single element. So let's go through and just listen to these 4 gang vocals and see if the stereo field is just sort of like is as best as it could be, or maybe we can change it a little bit.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
See what I was thinking there.
Lazarus is gone.
I was trying to pan these two opposite. I don't know if I like these here though.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Right here.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
That's
is
good.
gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Okay. So this last vocal here is from our old friend Joel. It's got a little bit of a baritone thing going on to it.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
It's kind of baritone but nasal. Let's pan that out a little bit. Not make it dead center. Give it its own space. Do my own advice.
Gone. Lazarus is gone.
Okay, in context.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is.
Ooh, song's getting blown out. Let's turn the output down a little bit. I was using some software earlier. I use a pair of Slate VSX headphones, of which I love them, and I will do a review of them at a later date, I think. But they tend to, long story short, they don't mess with the gain, but they make things a little quieter than they're really meant to be. I'm not using it right now because I was getting a bodacious latency. So let's just turn this output down, try to get back to unity. 2.5 over, that's a little nasty. We need to turn that down, Jason, come on.
Is gone. Lazarus 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 is gone.
All right, let's try something on the mix bus. Mix bus for this song is very straightforward. We have Slate. I use a lot of Slate products. They are the only product I would ever say you should spend your money on because it truly is the best bundled deal in audio. So we got this, followed by the greatest free plugin I've ever gotten in my entire life, the Kiss of Shame. It's a tape modeling device, and it is amazing. I cannot believe it's free. I'm going to figure out a way to host this free plugin just so you can download it. It's free. I don't remember where I got it, but good God, it's an amazing tape plugin. So we're basically going just like a very straightforward little Slate thing, little EQ, little channel strip, blah, blah, into the tape machine. Lastly, we're going into the FGX2, which is, I guess you'd call a mastering limiter. The original FGX was a great plugin too. The FGX2 is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I don't know if I'm gonna be mastering any of this stuff, so I tend to mix into a limiter. It just makes things more fun, and we're just gonna use this as a mastering compressor for all intents and purposes. Let's turn this down. Make my life a little easier. Maybe not blow your eardrums out.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
Easiest way to do that. Just adjust this.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is.
That's fine. Going over 2 seems to just be like the hard limit in Logic for things being obnoxiously loud. Okay, sorry about the diatribe. Let's get these vocals one last listen.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Yeah, feels better.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
See if Joe comes in.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
He's there.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm a very visual person, and when I think about mixing, I do try to think about things as a film almost. It makes things much easier for me to like just imagine what something's supposed to look like. And for this song, I just imagine like it's starting off with like somebody just sitting like dead center and like by a fire, it's real small sounding, and then as it expands out, the elements come in, and so it doesn't surprise me that, to me at least, these vocals, these backing gang vocals, which is a term basically meaning whenever you just take a large culmination of vocals, they're meant to like be like a chant in the background. Kind of like the idea of like each of these gang vocals coming at you from the stereo field. It's like they're coming in from like that out the deep dark forest. It's more spooky. It's a spooky song, I'd say. I'm just trying to spoop it up.
Is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Yeah, good enough. I'll take it. So the point of the song obviously is not the background vocals, although it seems often in music the background vocals become the foreground vocals, but I get the impression I need to go back and listen to the main vocal. It seems to be getting lost. It needs to stay center, keeping the boat floating and moving forward.
Lazarus is gone.
It's good here.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
Kind of gets lost actually when the gang vocals come
Lazarus
in.
is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
It's kind of quiet to begin with, but it works until it's kind of pop on.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus
Down here.
is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Let's try automating it. That's simple. Automation is the spice of life when it comes to making music. Automation is essentially telling a DAW to do things throughout the course of a song. It could be anything from, I want you to make this part louder, make it quieter. I want you to turn this plugin on, turn this plugin off, turn this delay to a different setting, so on and so forth. Oh, sorry, I didn't hit the mic. You can automate so much in a DAW. I don't think there's much you can't automate, and it truly is the most fun you could have with making music, because it really lets you just dial in so much dynamic idea. This is fun. If you couldn't automate it, it'd be just boring. It'd be like, turn this plugin on, leave it alone, blah blah blah. It's just not fun. So I betcha if I just turn this main vocal up when I need to turn it up, it will turn up and it will just kind of float over top of what's going on. So let's find the best place to do that.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
here.
is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
It's right there. In Logic, the automation components on the mixer bar, they're just these little doodads right here. There's a few variations of automation. Touch is sort of like an on-off, where if you turn the knob on the plugin and you let go of it, it will fly back to where it was at. Right is a manual one. I never use any of those. I just use Latch. Latch is basically how it works, and how automation works in most DAWs is you just start playing the audio like that. And as it's playing, assuming it's in the right automation mode, you just got to go in and make the adjustments. Adjustments? You just got to make the adjustments, and everything's good to go. So I will demonstrate that as such. Actually, let me bring up, let's track. I'm in track. So in Logic, if you hit alpha, it will bring up the automation menu right over here, and here's it off, here's it on. So it's basically the same information as you're seeing here, but more expanded. And this way you can actually see the change occur whenever I just make it louder. So just watch right here. It's on the main vocal.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
It's coming up.
Lazarus is gone.
And then when you're done automating, don't make the mistake I've done 9,000 times, and don't forget to slip it back to read. Read is basically telling the DAW just to read the automation, but you can continue messing with things without them being written. What happens if you leave it in write, or sorry, latch? No, is it right? I always forget. No, not right. Sorry. It's latch? Yeah, it's the orange one. If you leave it in latch, you start messing with stuff, it records those changes, and then you forget about it till like a day later, and you're like, why is this track going crazy? What's going on? I've done that a few times in my life. In Logic, if you ever need to delete automation, this menu right here is sort of like a subcategory of all the different automations. So down here, I guess all I have on this one is actually what I just made, but if there were other automations, they'd be under use. You just click on the one you want, just delete the information. But once again, actually, we'll do it before and after. So I'll cut it back off. So it's not reading it now.
Is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is.
You know, it doesn't do anything. Turn it on though. Check it out.
Lazarus is gone.
You're listening for this element.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is.
Automation's fun. It's the reason I like to do this. It really is. And it's just, God, it's just so much fun. I couldn't imagine not doing any automation. I'm really trying to drive home this point because it's just the most fun part about music. Because, you know, it's the one way to keep this from feeling like you're just filling out a spreadsheet, which, to be honest with you, a DAW is kind of just like a spreadsheet for audio. But automation is a way to actually bring in a human element. You're flipping knobs, shit's going crazy. And as time goes on, I'll start to show you other ways to use automation that's just fun. It's just fun. I'm just trying to make this fun. I hope it's fun. Is it fun? Tell me in the comments. Like and subscribe if you like that. Please, just like and subscribe. Another thing to note, as I said previously, I didn't have to touch anything on this vocal except the dB meter. I don't have to go in here and futz with this compressor. Sometimes in music, the easiest change to make is 1.5 dB. That's not to say that affecting other elements are not necessary in a recording, but sometimes, you know, if you can just bump something to dB and it works, God, it's going to save you so much time going in, mess with the compressors. Is this the right EQ? Blah, blah. Try 0.5 dB first. Save you some time.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Word. Okay, the vocal meanderings continue. So these over here were the gang vocals. They're good. We don't have to touch them anymore. Let's go through and mess with these vocals, which I think they're mostly Zach's. I don't know. Let's see. Starting from here, this was originally like right over here, and it's like a spooky, distorted vocal. It's so myself again. Sorry about that. I should probably stop muting stuff. Stop mixing in solo. Do as I say, not as I do.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
That's really cool. I'm not sure how Zach recorded that, but it sounds like it was done like a cassette tape. It's fucking creepy. Let's pan that out, and I'll show you why I did this.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Yeah,
Lazarus
it's spooky. It's in the
gone.
corner. It's in the corner. It's gonna come get you.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Let's turn it up a little bit. 1.5 dB. Oh no, who would have thought?
Lazarus is gone.
Perfect.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus
That's a great vocal distortion. I really like
is
that.
gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
I'm convinced with me and music, all I'm trying to do is just terrify stoners, or maybe I should say, trying to terrify my former self. And that's what I love about this album in particular. It's just spooky, and you sort of just like really use the stereo field to try to like not jump scare, but definitely give a bit of paranoia to the listener. One more time.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
That's a cool distortion sound. I love that.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Excuse me.
Lazarus
All right, keep going.
is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
I don't know what these are. It's been so low. It's more of a traditional vocal. It's a laptop sound. Get rid of that.
I wanted to marry you, but now I'll die.
Okay, these I need to do some better work on these. These are meant to be like a pair for sure. These two elements. There's some reverb on that, maybe. Maybe some delay. There it is.
I wanted to marry you, but now I'll die, 'cause there's no God.
Got an idea for these.
I want it.
I got an idea for this. Let's see if these, to me at least, they feel like they were recorded with each other in mind, you might say. So let's see if just panning them far out just kind of makes it play.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Okay, I like this.
I wanted to marry you.
This guy right here needs some EQ, actually, I think. Something to...
Is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
There's like a telephonic frequency, high, mids, or whatever, that it really wants to come out.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
So we're gonna help it come out. We're gonna use an EQ. What EQ should we use? Let's use the bone stock Logic EQ, which I'll be honest, I use most of the time. You know, the devil you know the best, I suppose. I have many EQs and they all work great, but for a quick and dirty, just Logic.
Gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
To make a loop in Logic, to make something just repeat over and over so you can listen to it, this bar up here where the inches are at, or the numerical inches, if you hit this and drag it, you can drag it over a space, and it'll loop it. It's basically up here, cycle, it's called. Hotkey to turn on off, it's a C, Charlie.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
bypass it. If it wants to be telephonic, let's make it telephonic. Telephonic being a term just meaning it sounds like it's on an old telephone. If you're too young to have ever used a telephone with a cord, just just go watch an old movie, and you'll probably know what I'm talking about. New cell phones sound too good. This is that old school '90s stuff, but
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
But essentially, we use the term telephonic because those old telephones, they were super bandpass, meaning that the audio coming through is along a very thin line. So it doesn't have a lot of low end, doesn't have a lot of top end. And to my ear, at least, I'm hearing this as being more telephonic. So as you can see here, I used a low and high pass filter just to cut out, what is this, 200 hertz, 750, something like that.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is
My bad. Let me see. Where was I doing that? Is it this one? There's too many tracks. There it is. I love the distortion on these vocals.
I wanted
Hear it?
to marry you,
Off.
but now I'll die.
It's that simple. So I'm just doing what my ear tells me the song element's trying to be. If it wants to sound like it's coming from a telephone, it's coming through a telephone. Let's make it happen.
Lazarus is gone. 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 'Cause there's no God. I wanted to believe in you. Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
And it's peaking around 800 hertz. 800 hertz is an interesting frequency. It's like halfway between being the low end of the human hearing spectrum and halfway to being the top end. And it has a very unique characteristic and sound. We'll get to EQ stuff later. We'll get to like picking out frequency bands. I don't pretend to be an expert at it, but I could definitely give like a lowdown of like the characteristics of what each sort of area of EQ and how it affects the human ear, that kind of stuff. But let's take it to the next step. Let's actually do some money shots. Let's do some plugins, all right? So I think the plugin of choice for this situation is a plugin made by a company called Audio Thing, and it's called Speakers. In context, it's a very simple plugin. It just models speakers and models microphones. And it's great for just making things sound lo-fi. That's really all it is. It's a great plugin. I love it at death. It did cost money, but it was affordable. So let's try turning it on and see if it does the job.
Lazarus is gone. 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 But now I'll die, 'cause there's no God. Lazarus is gone.
Yeah, works perfect. I like that a lot.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Yeah, it just is just a really simple way to make something stick out from the mix. Just make it sound like it's coming out of a tiny speaker. I wouldn't want all the backing vocals in this to come out like that, because then it would sound like a giant telephone choir. But that one element, it just feels like it'd be cool. I don't know.
Is gone. Lazarus. is gone. Lazarus 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 is gone. Lazarus. Lazarus is.
This one doesn't really want to stick out. I'm not really too worried about it. We'll just clip gain it up a little bit. Clip gain is another variation of boosting and cutting audio, where you're basically boosting and cutting the audio of the specific piece of audio and not the track. In Logic, all you do is hit India, and it brings up like just information relating to the specific piece of audio. Then right down here, gain, it's like 1.5. This one doesn't feel too important to me. I don't really care that much about it. It's just there.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
You hear it? It's there.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus.
Yeah, you get it. All right. I think there's one last thing I want to do tonight, and that deals with this vocal and deals with automation. So check this one out. It's just a little bit of a
God! God!
Turn it up.
God!
I think this would sound cool if it did this. Check it out.
God! God!
What if we panned it?
God!
Yeah?
God!
Yeah, why not? And let's put some delay on it, maybe? I don't know. Let's put some delay on it. Have it go. All right. Scream vocal left. Now scream vocal right. We'll rename this track to scream vocal panned. What does it do? Come on. I don't think that's how you spell pan, but that's all right. Delay. We're gonna go with Old Faithful, Echo Boy Jr. Sound Toys, great plugins. If you only ever bought one suite of plugins that make cool vintage sounds, Sound Toys is it, and love them to death. Not a paid endorsement. I just love their shit. Yeah, sure. I love when the default is just like, yeah, that's good. That works. Why not? Let's turn this up louder so I can hear it. Easy money, baby. Why not? Okay, we're going to automate it. Automate. Same concept as before. Just go down here, hit latch. And now, basically as it plays, I'll just manually move the dial for the pan knob, and it will just pan it. This is something that you could very well just write in. You would go to, well, how do you do it? You can still technically write stuff using latch. I don't really know what write does. It's more for like drawing. I never do anything that complicated. But if you wanted to manually write the panning, you just like click right here. And then you click over here. Oh shit. It's messing with volume. My bad. Pan's on an option. Just imagine the pan is what I'm on. And you just click here, and you just click here, and you just move stuff around. That's how it works. It's really, but I just write stuff in with like the controls. It's so much more. It feels more intuitive. That's all. But you can do however you want. It doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. Alas, let us do that.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
That's it. Easy. I'm not sure what it what's there might be some other stuff on this track that's separate in concept. I'll leave it like it is.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
That's good. I don't do a lot of that kind of panning in audio because it makes me very nauseous, and it's not 1973. Like, we're not like obsessed with panning stuff wildly, but occasionally a little bit of pan as a treat's fine, especially when it's like a staccato source. This is something that it's not a constant wave of audio. It's like a boop, 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 kind of like that. So once again.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Yeah, something like that. And we're back in the daytime. This is my room. It is a bedroom. This is a bedroom producer kind of show. Proud of it too. It's not the most clean place. It's not a crack house. It's a crack home. I was listening back to what I did last night, and honestly, I think we're good to go. The vocals, I don't think there's much left really to do with it. I really enjoyed the little pan thing I did right here. Still proud of that one. Before we move on to guitars, there's one last thing I forgot to mention about the mix bus or the stereo output of this file. That is this plugin right here. So I'm having some latency issues when using the VSX software. Also, I couldn't use the VSX software on this output and still record. The reason essentially is that the VSX software models listening environments, and if you have a pair of the headphones, it sounds just fine. If you don't have the headphones, the modeling sounds like you've got some sort of wild inner ear, like balanced trauma, like you've got some severe, weird stereo stuff going on that's probably not healthy. You should look into a doctor checking it. So in lieu of that, I had to use this plugin called the Can Opener. So a big component of the VSX software is it's binaural, which in layman's terms means binaural is when you send a little bit of the audio from the right earphone into the left earphone and vice versa. The reason for that is that it better mimics the way we actually hear something. Assuming both of your ears work, and I hope they do, the way that you're able to orientate yourself is that your left ear hears a little bit from over here, and your right ear hears a little bit from over there. When mixing on headphones without using a binaural component, there's a loss of this ability to differentiate. And you don't really notice it until you notice it. And I started using this binaural component, and sure enough, my ability to mix in headphones, I use this software on an older pair of headphones that I used to use. When I started using it, my mixes got better because I just had a better awareness of what I was hearing. So basically, in order to get a binaural component back into the way I work for this channel, I'll be using the Good Hertz Can Opener, which this will work with any pair of headphones. It's not specific to this. And there's a bunch of different sort of options you can do to play around with it. I just leave it in default. I seem to do what it was intended to do. There's other binaural component or other binaural plugins out there that you could probably use. It's just Good Hertz is the one that I found first. And they make really good stuff as well, but this is what I primarily use. So I just want to elaborate on that. Okay, guitar time. There's a lot of guitars on this album. There's a lot of guitar layers on this album. And I to me the thing that I work on the most in music is making a lot of guitars that are playing different parts play well together without it feeling like a wall of sound. Um, when you have like multiple tracks of guitars basically is emulating the same idea, it works out a lot easier. Everything's just sort of moving symphonically. And it's not really the case in this album, and not a lot of the case in a lot of music, including stuff that I make. There's just a bunch of guitar parts doing different stuff because guitars are fun, they're cool, they're loud. Everybody loves guitars. So I think a lot of what this remixing of this remix is going to be is me going back and saying, is this the best I can do with the way these guitars are working? So we got, let's see, let's order these a little better based on how they function chronologically. So we got these guys here, got these guys here. I try to, when I have a lot of elements that are like guitar stuff, I like to order them where, they're starting from here and they're moving along. So these two should be up top because they're first. This guy comes in next. This guy comes in next. And these seem to be like a pair, and this is something at the end. So let's start with listening to things in solo. You've probably heard people talk about don't mix in solo. I was making a joke about it earlier. I don't think the answer to the question is simple as never mix in solo or sometimes you should mix in solo. I think that when it comes to trying to build the image of certain elements categorically, which is it's a little early, excuse me, I'm still waking up. I want to get the stereo image for all the elements of this song to play together first and then see if they play together with everything else. So previously when we were working on the vocals, I was going through here and I was taking these groups of vocals, putting them in solo, checking them because they are meant to be a layer, like a whole layer. This is the background layer. I was doing the same with these. And, if you spend too much time in solo, you will shoot yourself in the foot. I've done it many times. You'll think something sounds phenomenal and then you'll put it in the mix and it will sound just bad because you have no reference. You have nothing you can bounce this idea off of. But as I go along, you'll see that while I may put things, and this isn't even solo, this is a group of things together, but a little bit of solo as a treat is fine, but then going back and referencing against the whole mix is always ideal. And honestly, you could think of it like if you're really like knee deep in it, doing some solo mixing or whatever, just check back every like 5 or 10 seconds and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's my take. So mixing solo, fuck it, do what you want. All right, let's see what we've got going on. So this is the intro guitar, or main riff, I guess you'd say, and I mean it's where it's at. It's fine. It's Ebo though. Let's see what this is doing. It's very quiet. It gets very loud here though. It's fine. Let's see. You hear it? Put in the right channel. I've been talking a lot too about working in pairs. This can apply to anything in audio where it's like, obviously, I wasn't there for the recording of this. It has been so long, I don't remember, but I can just infer just by listening and by looking that these two guitar parts were meant to be accompanying each other. And because of that, I tend to like, I think it's going to be on the opposite side. So if we got a pair or something, the pair shouldn't be both on one side. I like things always to be, if something's coming on the left first, the next thing should come on the right. Left, right, right, left, back and forth. So you'll probably notice as I go along, I'll probably be doing pairing of certain things. But these are the first introductory guitar pair, quote unquote. That applies to anything in music though. Doesn't have to be guitars. It's cool sound. Okay. I know I'm gonna do with that. An EBO, if you've never seen one, is a little device. It looks like a vape. Looks like something you'd vape out of, but it has a magnet inside of it, and you hold it up. It's a bass, but basically you hold it up to the strings where the pickup is at, and because pickups are essentially just magnetic, it creates a magnetic field and it resonates. It's a really cool sound. So at some point, I feel like everyone has multiple EBOs because they always break. You drop them. They're kind of awkwardly shaped and hard to hold. But so obviously Zach was using EBO. I think I labeled it EBO question mark. Now that I remember it being an EBO, but it sounds like an EBO. It's very synonymous kind of sound. So there's a couple ways I could tackle this EBO part. It's got a lot of dynamic range, which means it starts out real quiet and gets real loud. And generally in music, people want to curtail dynamic range with some like compression, which given the context, that might be the way to go. But I can tell the intent of this is just for it to grow and be loud and kind of build up. So we're not going to do anything with that. We'll get to compression down the road as well. But generally speaking, if everything is compressed, nothing is compressed. And so I try these days, especially, I try to be more selective in things that are being very compressed. Actually, with that said, I might use compression on the main riff, but what I think this EBO could use is a little bit of distortion. That would stick out a little better. It's kind of sine wavy. That's what EBOs do by nature. Also, I think some of the low end needs to go away. It's a little blown out. Its guitar element doesn't need that much bass in it. Oh, convenient. So we can see on this EQ here where the fundamental is right at 100 hertz. EQs can be useful for many things. This is a graphic EQ, not parametric. I believe it's graphic. I always get the two confused. I feel like this graphic. Graphics are really useful for actually seeing what the loudest note is and where it's at. So for instance, with EBO, the fundamental or the tone core harmonic is 100 hertz, give or take. So automatically we know I can just cut everything below that. See how it goes away if I get rid of 100 hertz? Right about there, those guys. Let's see, I might high pass it as well, or low pass it, excuse me. I see some distortion. I don't know. I'm feeling some distortion. The reason I want distortion is because since it's a sine wavy kind of thing, a sine wave basically being a fundamental tone, like a beep, that's kind of a sine wave. Sine waves don't really cut through unless they're extremely amplified. So I think in order to make this pop off a little bit, some distortion is in order. At the heart of it, all distortion is just adding harmonic information. What that means is in the overtones or the notes that are over top of the fundamental, you're just adding more overtones. We're getting into the physics of music a little bit, but to illustrate, these right here are overtones. Fundamental harmonic, overtones of the harmonic. And I think some distortion on this area right here would be nice. So we're going to do exactly that. Let's go to the loudest part actually, which is over here. It's also where the overtones are most present. You can tell too, this is originally dummy loud. I've got it like cut by like 12, 13 dB. So EBOs are loud. Make things loud. Distortions, I have many. I got these plugins from a company called Safari Pedals over Christmas break. It was like on sale. I like them because of their interface. They're meant to mimic pedals. They look like pedals. That's meant to be like a Fender Blender, a pedal from the 70s. Some other ones. Let's see, Flamingo Verb. That's a good one. They basically mimic guitar pedals. They look like guitar pedals. They kind of function like guitar pedals. I like that because guitar pedals are very intuitive, and I like the more I plug in this looks like a piece of gear, the more I think of it like a piece of gear, as opposed to looking like a spreadsheet, which has its place, but I definitely prefer. I'm not even sure these really sound that good. I just like the way they look. To be totally honest with you. What I use, I already forgot. Oh God, Camel Cobra Fuzz. Yeah, perfect. All right. And it's pretty self-evident. It also kind of tapers the low end, makes it a little more tight. I've got the EQ running before the fuzz because I want to get rid of all the information I don't want before I have it affected by anything. There's times for both, but generally speaking, EQ before effects, just because you just want to get the stuff out of the way you don't want to better amplify the things that you do. Yeah, something like that. Fuck it. Context time. Everything on. Lazarus is gone. 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 I'm happy with that. Let's start from the beginning. Lazarus is gone. 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 That was a weird sound. What is this? There's some other stuff going on here too. There's some modulation, and that's not from the pedal. Check, check. Yeah. What the fuck? That's cool. I like this sound here though. Let me see if I can amplify it. Lazarus. Can't really hear it. So this is on the topic of clip gain. You know, sometimes within a piece of audio, there's a part you want to boost, and you know, you could automate the volume element. That for making a bit of a piece of an audio bit louder than everything else, clip gain's the best way. So we're gonna go back to what we were doing previously. I just want to hear this little springy boing sound. I don't know, I like it. Let's try turning it up. Let's try it really loud and turn it down. Lazarus is gone. I like it. It's kind of not cutting through though. Lazarus is gone. It's kind of cutting. Lazarus is gone. I think we can get silly with it. Is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is. Okay, so You know, the easiest way, well, basically, I want to pan this one specific audio bit a little further to the right. It's getting lost, and there's a little bit of space over here that'd be perfect for it. So we're just gonna do some automation, pan style. And let's see, probably 45. So you'll see, this is the way that I usually do automation. I'm not sure if it's the best way, but this is the way that I do so I gotta flip it to 45, flip back up to 25 very quickly.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus
Perfect.
is gone. Lazarus 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 is gone.
I abuse myself very easily, I'm not gonna lie. For this EBO bit right here, let's mimic the way it came in the first time. It came in with a gradual kind of here it's kind of abrupt, and I want it to be the same.
This is gone.
So for that, we will do more automation. Let's do it this way.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Wrong. Oh shit! Wrong automation. Not touch. Shit. I guess it works though. I don't know.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
Yeah. I forget what touch does. I should look it up. But all I want to do is just make it swoop back in like it does at the start. I don't feel like it should be abrupt.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Cool. I like that. Okay. Main guitar riff needs some compression. Actually, what's it have on it? Nothing. Diddly squat. So we're gonna use some compression. Compression. There are many things to say about compression. Where to begin? It's part of music. It's very useful. It's very hard to understand. Sometimes I feel like I teach myself what the knobs do in a compressor and then I forget the next day. But the mechanics of all compression is the same, and that is limiting dynamic range. And what that means is something is usually louder and usually, more importantly, steadily loud. If we remove dynamic range to make something more stable in volume, our ears just hear it better. It also has the alternative effect of making our ears get tired very easily. So that's where sort of like the balance of compression comes in. Those are philosophical topics for a later date. All I need to do is use my old trusty 1176 model from the Slate bundle, which is a blue face. There's a few models. The modern one, the all blue, is mega loud, and the black face one's like a darker kind of sound. I don't use that one as much, but it's still pretty good. But we're just gonna use this preset here for Electric Guitars 1, which is always a go-to. Let's see what we got.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
So you can see here. Let's do a compression lesson. You can see here, I'll start it with no compression, bring it in. Sure enough, it'll just get louder in less up and down in dynamics.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
Louder.
is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Boring. Or quiet. It's all the way.
is gone. Lazarus
Actually,
is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is
best part about software is that mostly everything has a wet dry knob, so you can blend the affected signal with the dry signal. This is not something you should do with old hardware. People had to get more creative. I don't. There's almost always, especially with compression, I'm blending stuff. I'm never like 100% in because I still want a little bit of that just unprocessed, unblown out, punched up kind of sound to come through. And let's see. I'll start at 100, drop it back, see if you can tell the difference.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
This takes a little bit of the edge off.
Is gone. Lazarus
Nothing much, just enough.
Lazarus is gone.
Now let's see if it makes it across the rest of the music of being like present.
Lazarus is gone.
Because this main guitar part, and I want it to not get lost. Similar issue with the main vocal previously. Like I want this to be the leading element of the song. The listener knows like this is important. This is what the chord structure is. This is what I should use as a benchmark to know what's going on in the song. Because it's gonna get crazy. There's so much stuff going on. I need my trustworthy sources of audio.
Lazarus
Of composition.
Lazarus
Oh shit.
is gone.
Sorry about that.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
I talk with my
is
hands a
gone.
lot.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus. Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
I think it's there. I'm confusing myself with not following the right. Okay, I think we're good.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
This note's not good though. Flex time.
Is gone.
Does that fuck with the audio? No, it's lined up. The note's wrong. Let's make this hit with the other hit. That's a doggo. I think another way to think about when to and when not to align audio with sources is if you notice it and it bothers you, fix it. It's that simple. If it doesn't bother you, leave it. That's like, I think that's a good metric for leaving the human element in music. Like, don't just be blindly shooting through fixing things because they're aligned. Use your ears. And if it sounds good, it's good. I'm gonna get that as like a giant wooden painting put behind my wall. That's really the sort of like the mantra of all this. If it sounds good, it's good. But that note was bothering me, so I had to change it.
Is gone. Lazarus 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 is gone. Lazarus.
I love that right channel little clean part. We'll come back to that. But I think we're good here. We can move on to the next pair. Oh, hey, it's the term again. Which it looks like I was not taking my own advice and not making things left and right. Let us deal with that. There I am. We're about ding dang done with this song. I promise. We got these right here, these tremolo guitars, which I'll just play them. We'll start there. They are bassy for sure. Oh shit. They don't start there. My bad. Here we go. Scare myself. The song? No, I'm just losing my mind. I've had a lot of caffeine in these past 12 hours. I need to cut back. This is so clearly a Line 6 Spider amp. I know this tremolo sound. It is imprinted into my mind. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a very pleasant tremolo. I mean, it doesn't do much. Just let's see how it fits in the mix. I'm gonna hard pan these, and we'll see what happens.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
I'm gonna cut these, not remove them. I'm gonna cut them so they come in as an element later in the song. I don't want to blow all my resources. There we go. I saved that one.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus.
All right. Let's just try to get him to fit. I'm gonna bring him up.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Oh, it's not working. There's too many guitars. Let me mute the elements I haven't touched yet.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
You can kind of hear it. Let's see. These aren't balanced. Let me get that started.
Lazarus
Hear that one.
is gone. Lazarus 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 is gone.
I muted myself again. This one's loud, punchy, low. This you'll hear this on your left.
Is gone. Lazarus 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 is.
We're on the right, not so much. I'm going to copy and paste. So in Logic, you can copy and paste plugin presets using the command key, which I have like a Windows keyboard, so it's always the Windows key. But if you have I think it's the Windows key if you assigned it. If you have an Apple computer, it's just the command key, which is the one with the little apple on it. So we're just gonna copy and paste this compressor because it worked on the other guitar. I'm sure it'll work on this one. I just want this guitar on the right to just be more present. Let's see.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Okay, that's not bad. I think it's a little too loud though. It's kind of blowing the vocals out. It's not the most important element to the song. It's just some little extra. Let's turn them down. Blah blah.
Is gone. Lazarus 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 is gone.
I tend not to fully hard pan anything in music. Ignore that one. I like to pan things just slightly in if I'm gonna hard pan them. I find when you truly hard pan stun, it kind of hard pan audio. It clips it in a weird way. I don't like it. So that's just personal preference, though. It's like I think the way it works is like 63 is max on both left and right. So we'll put it at 60. To my ears, they stick out a little more. I'll play it though and shut up. Yeah, good enough. All right, moving down the line, we got guitar oscillation and guitar dotted eighths. What are these? I don't remember. Ba, ba. The oscillation's crunchy. It's loud. I got an idea for it too, but that's good. Yeah. So simple little clean delay part fits in perfectly on the right. Yeah, easy. Oscillation doodad, not easy. This one, it's a lot going on. Taking up a lot of bandwidth. As oscillation often does. I always think of oscillation as being like a sandworm, shy halud. And this one doesn't anything much. You can hear it. It's good. I want to make it kind of wiggle back and forth. I don't want it to like fully pan like we did with the vocals. That's a little too distracting. But let's just move this guitar oscillation along the left-hand side. Just a subtle little like wiggle with it. Wiggle with it. All right. Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus. Perfect, easy. Another reason I like to move these kind of like standing wave things around is because they sit still. Your ear, after a while, it's like, can we get this out of here? Like, it's just like sitting in this one spot, and it's driving me crazy. But if you wiggle it, wiggle with it, I don't know. You'll see it. It's just less annoying. All right, I'm gonna play it. that's simple. Also took out some low end because it's had a lot of sub. It doesn't need to be there. This is a guitar. All right. About it. One more guitar part, and this one's gonna be easy because it's just kind of meant to be a lead part. You can tell. So let's put the one like almost down the middle. It's right here. See if this works. Just drop it in. Oh, let's give this a compression. Why not? It's been a good guitar riff. It's been good, nice to me. Which one is the clean guitar? Yeah. Lazarus is gone. 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 Easy, done. Guitar's not done. Let me pan this a little bit. This last guitar part, like a bump, like a 15. Perfect, done. It was a little too on top of the center. All right, so that's about it. We don't got a lot left. Bass or drums? Take your pick. Player's choice. We'll go with bass because I guess I really only have one idea for this bass. It might not even work. This is gone. Lazarus. I remember recording this bass. It was an old Squire P bass I had from the 90s with a busted truss rod, but it sounded good. I ended up like taking it apart, never putting it back together. It's kind of my fault. This is recorded with an amp. It's not direct in. You can kind of tell because it sounds good. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus. It's punchy. It's probably used like a 210. Whatever the microphones were used to record these album, they weren't good. It's DIY, baby. Use what you got. I'm gonna say it was probably a dynamic microphone. Maybe an SM57. Who knows? Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus. But the only idea I have that may or may not work. Never be afraid to ditch an idea if it's bad. And never be afraid to try an idea to find out if it's bad. It's a little bit of modulation. So what about a little bit of chorus effect? Which can always be really cool or really bad on bass. What am I looking for? Where's it at? I have too many plugins. I don't have that many plugins. Chorus. There's a chorus one here, right? I swear there is. There's this thing. This thing's pretty interesting. This one's actually free, I think, on Safari's website. It's just a, I think it's meant to model some kind of rolling tape delay, but like most of those tape delays, they have a variation of chorus. So I don't need the delay, don't need the sound on sound. I just want the chorus. See if this is anything. Lazarus is gone. 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 Yeah, it's good. It's barely there. Just a little bit of chorus. Sorry. A little bit of wiggle. I won't make the joke again, I promise. It's a little bit. This is gone. I like it. It's such a funeral march ass bass line. Bum, bum, bum. sounds like we're going to bury somebody. So let's make it more spooky. A little bit of chorus, nothing crazy. And just blend it in here. Too much chorus on bass can have the inverse effect. It can take away the low end. It can make the song sound bad because, you know, the bass guitar is usually playing the fundamental or the root note of the song. So if you had too much chorus on it, what's the root note? I can't tell because it'd be waving. So just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Lazarus is gone.
Just a little bit. Well, dad will do ya. That's fine. Let's see. Chorus. Hi. This song doesn't have a chorus. Kick drum. Kick drum has a lot of stuff on it prior. So we got EQ. We got. This is a cool plugin. This is a Slate plugin. Essentially, it's like a subharmonic. We're back. Let's see. It's just a subharmonic generator. It just does this. Without. Just give some instant weight. Subharmonic generators are really fun. There's plenty of free ones out there. They all do the same thing. They just allow you to add more thump to stuff. Use them sparingly on bass elements. I don't know. I really, really like the Infinity bass one. It's one of my favorite new Slate plugins. We have a transient shaper. This is a kilohertz one. Transient shapers are essentially compressors that are more fun. Compression that you can actually hear. That was a joke. I use transient shapers a lot. I've been getting more into using them just because they're so convenient for allowing you to better shape the transient, which essentially the transient is the highest peak of a sound wave, which is usually at the beginning. Like if I punch, that's the transient, and they have the trail. And I'm really holding myself to using transient shaping more because it's basically like compression, but like what you actually want a compressor to do. And it works so well on kick drum, so we'll play it with and without. This is one made by Kilohertz, also part of the Slate bundle, but I think you could buy it. There are 1 million free transient shapers out there, though. They all do the same thing.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone.
Without.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
Just makes things peek out of the speakers more. That's why I've really been getting into using them. See, so we got a little plate. This is one of my favorite delays ever made by Sound Toys. I think it's still free, actually. There's a newer model of it that has a lot more stuff that costs money. This one was free. I got it for free. I use it all the time. It's a plate reverb. It's very simple. I love it. I really do. And then we got... It's so funny. I was gonna add this compressor, but then I realized it's already here, so I was a step ahead. It's just an LA2A, which it's one of my favorite compressors because it's very simple to use. This one's made by Universal Audio. It was free. I'm not sure if it's free now, but it's on free sale a while back. So I don't know why I put the reverb before the compressor. Let's put it after. Seems more natural. I'll demonstrate the difference between the two, actually. So let's put it back how it was. When you put a reverb before a compressor, you're going to have a different effect than putting reverb after.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Lazarus.
This one's actually turned off. I wonder if I automated it. I did. You'll see it. I had a feeling. I've been using this trick a lot on this album where I would put a lot of kick on the reverb. Just seems to be working with the album in general. So we'll go to a part where this is actually happening, which is right here. Yeah, this is good. It's actually less aggressive when you put the reverb after the compressor, which makes sense because the compressor is grabbing the reverb and making it more aggressive. And honestly, sounds better how it was. We'll put it back.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is.
Let's automate the kick a little bit, or see if we need to automate the kick.
Lazarus is gone.
It's coming in hard here. That's what I wanted to do.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus
Never mind.
is gone. Lazarus 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 is gone. Lazarus.
Nah, it's not bothering me. It's fine. I'm gonna leave it. Oh, one last thing to deal with. I don't think I actually messed with this before either, which is the snare tapping. So we will do with that momentarily. Okay, so last thing, snare tapping. Sounds good. It says a little compression. Nothing wild. We'll just go with that. Let's see. I'll go. I tend to set these about here.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is.
Yeah, thing's done. It ended up back as loud as it was originally, despite me continuing to mess with it. Fuck it. The song is supposed to be 2.1. Who cares? Yeah, I've never. If the thing usually the things I work on are clipping to begin with because it sounds better, to be totally honest with you. But metering is metering. If it's too loud but it sounds good, hey, it sounds good. I think we're done. I really do. It is time. Let me give just one last. I just want to listen one last time to the balance of the vocals versus everything else. If I need to adjust the bus. Which is basically what all the vocals are going through. The buses are over here. What's this output for? Oh, sorry, that's the stereo output. Stereo output. I'll do a video about routing audio in the future, but all you really need to know for now is that buses are used to collect audio of similar type. So all of the guitar tracks are going through this channel, this guitar channel. This one's got drums and bass together. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. And this one's got vocals. So if you can mute one of them, and everything will go away.
Lazarus is gone. Lazarus is gone. Is gone.
That's about it. And there's a lot of reasons to bus things and a lot of things you can do with buses and sends and returns and whatnot in a later date. None of that matters. But I'm going to shut up one last time and just see if these vocals need to come up collectively on the bus just a little bit towards the end. All right, listening time. Put your listening ears on.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is gone.
half a dB when it kicks off. That's all it needs. All it needs right here. So basically just a little bit. 1 dB is too much. You probably saw me go at the 1 dB. I was like, oh, this is too much vocal, but just a little bit to get over the hill. So we'll do it right there. Real simple. Half a dB. All you need. Nothing crazy. Nothing complicated. It's a little dB. A little dB will do ya. That's a terrible joke. What am I doing? Oh, the bus move. Hate when this shit happens. Where'd it go? Yeah. Anytime you engage automation on a bus in Logic, it like pops into existence never when you expect it to. I'll go ahead and do that to these as well, so they'll have a similar effect. These songs were made. I have like a more of a direct template for these songs now, starting with the third one. This one's kind of a hodgepodge, so the routing's a little jank. I'm just gonna change. Sorry, my autism is taking over. The things must match. The icons must match. I always use the... Oh God, where's it at? Here we go. One more. I'm sorry. Please forgive my color coding autism. Okay, now they're where they're at. I'm just gonna automate half a dB whenever this like kicks off to the latter half of the song. That's all. Yeah, it's right here. Is it not? Put back in order I had. It's gonna drive me crazy. I try my best to be orderly with my audio files. I really do. Okay.
Is gone. Lazarus 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 is.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect. We're done. DONE with this song. And only last thing to do is do a final playthrough, the before and after. And that's about it. Thank you very much for watching this. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit them twice. Actually, don't do that. It will unlike it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this series. Yeah, I'm just really excited to share information, share knowledge. I know I talk a lot of shit, kind of a troll. There's a bit of shit posting art house nonsense going on with this, and there will be more of that to come. But I don't know. I just like to keep it casual. There's too much. There's too much of this where it's just like, if you don't mix this kick drum right, I'm gonna shoot your dog. It's not that serious. Unless it's your job, then it might be that serious. But I just want this to be an educational tool, the way that I wish somebody would have taught me how to do this back when I started. Not with incessant examples of this, that, and the other, but just really talking through the choices made. I know for myself, that's the learning style I prefer best, having somebody just like explain what they're doing instead of showing. It might be your learning style, might not be, but yeah. Thank you very much, and have a good rest of your day, and Happy New Year. So actually, before you hear this final mix, I realize I've never played the first mix. So let's do that right now. You'll hear the original mix that was released for the album, and then followed by the new mix that I have finished. Okay, let's go.
Lazarus is gone. 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 Lazarus is Lazarus is gone.